Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I started doing pretty good Saturday. I woke up feeling pretty normal. I actually did a bunch of yard work Saturday. That made me very, very tired, but it felt good to do some work. I did a bunch of yard work on Saturday. And then, just kind of messing around yesterday. Actually, yesterday was great too. And I'll tell you why here in a second. But as far as virus goes, I feel great. I still have thick drainage, like, you know what I mean? Like the kind that you hawk out, not the kind that you blow your nose for. And a cough. And I think that'll persist for quite some time. But overall, I feel good. So that's a good thing. And I got to experiment a little bit this weekend. So I did yard work on Saturday. I was hoping to come down here. I don't know do what. I think that I'm going to make drawers for this area of my miter saw station. I made drawers over there out of one of these weird shelving cabinet thingies. I'm not going to do that here, but I have a bunch of leftover drawer runners. Amazon sent me 2 sets of drawer runners because they lost one order and then just sent me a second order, and then eventually the other order showed up. So I have a bunch of drawer glides, and I think I'm going to build some drawers in here. So I was going to come down here and do that yesterday, but I wasn't quite up to it. Plus, it was Father's Day. Also, by the way, happy Father's Day. Juneteenth. Today is West Virginia Day, so a little bit of everything happening today. I have the day off. I was going to come down here and mess with that. I have a plan for how to easily add drawers to this area, and the main reason is I need a drawer for this thing. I need something for the larger tools like that to go in that I don't really have another space for. I didn't. I ended up goofing around, and I discovered something that I didn't know about. So, all right, pause. Let's reset. If you go back to the beginning of the month, some of you saw, or most of you that are watching this probably saw that I published a kind of experimental, avant-garde sort of music video type thing over on another channel. And that was something that I've always wanted to try to create since I was a kid. I was always really interested in that gritty, oversaturated, nasty texture type stuff that, Nine Inch Nails and Tool and those avant-garde filmmakers, experimental filmmakers were doing. And I wanted to learn how to do it. And one day it just I caught inspiration and I did it. But when I did that video, I had an idea of what kind of music I would like to put to it, but I have no musical instruments in the house. That's not true, not technically true. I have one weird droning string instrument, and I have the beat pad that Chris bought me years ago, and I've barely used it. I used it some, and I just couldn't figure out how to get the DAW to work to make the noises. It would have been great if the beat pad had a speaker in it, because then I could have done what I needed to do and just recorded it. But trying to figure out how to get it set up, that was the hardest part for me, and I couldn't figure it out. I need to pull it back out and try again after learning what I learned yesterday. So yesterday, I, for some reason, was looking up like modular synth stuff, which is like the old school plug and play analog dial style synthesizer type stuff. Really early dirty synth music was made that way. And at some point during that process, somebody said something like, use Paul Stretch in Audacity. And I looked it up and I discovered there's this plugin for Audacity called Paul Stretch. And basically it lets you take something and without tonally shifting it, you can stretch it out like infinitely long, and you can set this bit sample so that it'll do it it'll chunkify it, and so you can take something that's a normal sound and you can stretch it out to make it minutes long, and when it does that, it kind of gives it a rhythm. It kind of gives it a weird tonality that kind of undulates, and it was fascinating. And so I immediately went to it. I had been over the past few weeks, and in fact, in that video there that I released, there are some sounds that I recorded on my little Sony sound recorder, I have been collecting sounds for a while now. And so I took one of those, threw it in there, found a piece that I liked, stretched it out to be like 3 minutes long, warped it a little bit, and then I just started yesterday evening or yesterday afternoon. I just started layering in other sounds. I started adding new things and flipping them and adding some beat here and there. And in the end of it, I came up with something that I actually really enjoy listening to. It's terrible, like it's not good at all, and that's also kind of the point. And I did it all with a digital audio recorder and Audacity. There's no musical instruments. There's no DAW or workstation where I'm moving, adding beats or adding anything. It's just noises that I have distorted and compressed and turned into something. And that was fascinating. It was really fun. And so now I have like a 3-ish minute track to try to do another one of those little experimental films. I just have to find the subject for that experimental film. I have a few concepts for some things I want to try. I just need to get a couple of pieces of equipment to pull it off. But I haven't yet. I'm not settled on that being the thing. I might just try to find another bug somewhere and film it and put it to this track. But I had a really good time making it. My family did not have a good time listening to me make it because it's just hissy noise and weird sounds. But it was a good time. That was my day. That was how this weekend went, and it was really, really good. Also, Chris Hahn suggested last week that he was going to start calling the phone number every day, and starting yesterday he did. So I guess today, assuming that Chris continues to do this, we will have a little extra segment on the show that we can say, hey, this is let's check in with Chris today or something. I don't know. Chris can co-host or something. So here we go. Here's Chris's message from yesterday.
Hi, friend. My name's Chris. Long time.
Oh shit. Hold on. How do I do this on speaker? Whatever.
Hi, friend. My name's Chris. Long-time listener, watcher, first-time caller, and I guess you weren't getting enough love on your Google voice, so I'm calling, and you told me to call every day. Look forward to tomorrow's voicemail where I'll actually have maybe a request. Do you take requests on this YouTube channel?
I do. I do take requests. Absolutely. How do I... See, the last time I did this, I copied these files off to my little sound box and played them through that. So if Chris is going to keep doing this, which he did this morning, I might have to pull the old sound box back out and figure out how to do this, because otherwise I don't really want to listen to this through the headset like that.
Hey, Chevee. Good morning. Calling on my drive into work. As I'm here in downtown Indy, I'm thinking, Gen Con is just around the corner. And I'm wondering, I know you went to Origins, but what are you most excited about seeing or playing at Gen Con? And please don't say that silly soccer game you play every Wednesday at Gen Con every year. Hope you're feeling better. Have a great day. Bye.
Most looking forward to at Gen Con, and I can't say the soccer game. Honestly, I don't even know if the soccer game's happening anymore. The last Gen Con we had, 2019, only like 3 of us were available. So we ended up having to find players because nobody else was playing the game anymore. If you don't know, this soccer FIFA medal I have hanging back here is from that game. I've won the game 2 years in a row. Yes, I did go to Origins. Yes, I do take requests. And I'm most looking forward to at Gen Con is... I don't have anything, honestly. Hanging out with friends. I think that Origins showed me that there is a lot of opportunity in things that I wouldn't normally give opportunity to. And I'm most looking forward to just spending time with friends doing things that I wouldn't, or playing things I wouldn't normally play. I had a really good time trying that this year. So I'm hoping to, be more open. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to at Gen Con. Being less cynical is, I guess, the word I'm looking for. We don't have a whole lot of evening events for the Portal team, so theoretically, I will have free evenings to actually do stuff. And I think that's what I'm most looking forward to. Usually at Gen Con, we are booked and backed up, and we very rarely get things done. So in the evenings. So I'm looking forward to having some time. Yeah. I'll have to go look at the list and see if there's any games I'm interested in. So thank you, Chris. That's the first ever Chris segment. Questions with Chris. I don't know what we call it. We'll call it something. Let me know what you want to call it in the comments below. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is meticulous. It is an adjective meaning extremely precise and fussy. The overly meticulous maitre d' made us self-conscious and detracted from our enjoyment of the meal. Meticulous. M-E-T-I-C-U-L-O-U-S. When does the maitre d' bother you during your meal? Is that a thing?